What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing them the bacon NBA DFS video. It is Thursday. It is October 24th. We have a 4-game slate, and we are back, hopefully helping you bring home that bacon. So, if you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. If you've been here before, you know the drill. We're here to help you. And if you win, let us know in our Discord. Free link down below. The article that you see on the screen is also down below as well. So what we do is usually anytime there are at least 5 games on the slate, we're going to give you 3 top, 3 mid, and 3 value picks at each position. So, being 4 games today, we're going to give you some picks at each position. If you want to see all of them in this article, click the link down below. That helps us out as well. Watching this entire video and clicking on the ads help us as well. So if you are new to the channel, we have a giveaway every single day. How, what, where, when, and why. So, the giveaway, it's super easy. It's free. All you got to do, like the video, be a subscriber, and leave a comment. If you do that, you have a chance to win a free week of FTA Plus if we end up getting at least 50 likes on this video. If this video gets 100 likes, you have a chance at a free month, which is a $30 value. 150 likes on this video, a chance at a $200 free year. 200 or more likes on this video, a chance at a lifetime pass. And speaking of that year, normally $200, we still have a few coupon codes left. If you go to FantasyTeamAdvisors.com and click on FTA Plus at the top. If you use the promo code NBA is back, all one word, all capital letters. Instead of $200 for the yearly pass, we're going to give it to you for $74.99. So if you've been on the fence about it, get in there. We only have a few coupon codes left for you guys to use it. So what we're going to do is we are going to use Outlier as our sponsor. So if you've never been to Outlier, definitely check them out. The link to sign up is down below. If you sign up after 7-day free trial for the normal package, we're going to give you a free month of FTA Plus. If you sign up to their pro package, we're going to give you 3 months free, which is a $90 value on top of it. So we're going to use that for the games. But before we do that, we're going to have our giveaway. So the first giveaway from yesterday was because we hit 89 likes on the video. So 89 likes on the video, someone's going to win a free week of FTA Plus. On top of that, a second way to win every single video, listen for the keyword and type that keyword in there. So, that being said, we're going to see who the winner is for the free week for just getting to 89 likes. And you can win every single day, and you can win back-to-back. Larry Kunkel, I've never seen your name before, so I think you're new to the channel. Congratulations. All I need you to do is email me, dfshelp1@gmail.com. That's dfshelp1@gmail.com with a username and email you would like, and we will set you up on the website. Now, the keyword yesterday was coffee. So, we're going to re-roll this, and you have a chance to win a free week on top of it. Now, I'm going to count this emoji because it does have coffee in it. William Lewis, congratulations. Please email me as well. If you have an account on the website, let me know that. If you do not, let me know a username and email you would like, and we will get you set up today. It's easy as pie, guys. That's all you got to do. That is all you have to do. So, we have 4 games. We've got Boston going up against a very bad Wizards team from last year, and Boston absolutely smashed 2 days ago. It has an over-under of 233.5. And obviously Boston is a huge favorite at a 13.5 point favorite. So be careful, because if it does follow that trend, we might see we got Cat the other day. And by that I mean we got Karl Anthony Towns. And I don't mean that as personal, if you know what I mean. I'm talking about they got blown out so bad. They got their backs blown out so bad that we did not get our double-double because he did not play like the last quarter. I could see that as well. So if you are going with Tatum, you are going with pretty much anyone on this Boston team, be careful, because if they get up huge, they are going to rest them. I promise you that. And on the flip side, if you use Washington guys, if they get out so bad, maybe they start playing some of their second string or third string guys. So this is a game you need to pay attention to. It does have a high over-under, which we want, but the spread being so big scares me a little bit. We've got San Antonio versus Dallas Mavericks. We got Wemby is back. We've got Clay on a different team we're not used to. We've got Kyrie. We've got Luka. We've got them all. Dallas is 7.5 point favorite. We have an over-under of 229.5. OKC versus the Nuggets should be a close game. Hopefully it's a close game. OKC -2, 227.5 over under there. And then the final game, we got Minnesota Timberwolves versus Sacramento Kings. It's supposed to be a close game with Minnesota being a 1.5 point favorite. They were a favorite, like a 2 or 3 point favorite opening night and lost to Bronny. Just kidding, Brian didn't do anything. They lost to the Lakers. 220.5 over under is where we're at on this game. So once the games are out of the way, we can look at each position. People that are out, you can find them here on DraftKings. What we're going to do is we're going to give you some plays at each position, and then we are going to build a couple of lineups. One using the matchup tool. Obviously, the tools, the stats are from last year because we want to get a couple of weeks of data in there before we update it, but we are still going to go through that. And if you have not already checked it out, we have already ranked out NFL Week 8. Those are on the site. The articles are there. I will link that video to the end here. And on top of that, depending on when you watch this video, we are going to be putting out a video for Thursday Night Football Showdown. It should be a very good game, which I hope it's a very good game. Minnesota at the Rams. Should be a shootout, hopefully, for Thursday night. So we are going to break that down and give you guys some of the tips and tricks to build some great showdown lineups. So, that being said, looking at the point guard today, I've got Luka, number 1 overall for me. Luka Doncic, 62 fantasy points out of him. Now, these are projections. Obviously, things will change. Some of the value plays will change throughout the day. If that happens, we will update it in player projections. That's why I tell you, check the website about 2 hours before launch. SGA, 52 fantasy points. We got De'Aaron Fox at 42. Drew Holiday at 32 and Derek White at 32. If you want to see the value plays at each position, click the link down below for this article. Now, projections for shooting guard. We've got Anthony Edwards, we've got Ant-Man here. 45 fantasy points. We used him the other day. He had 53.75, why haven't they updated him from the other day? 6 rebounds, 27 points. Yeah, I mean, I don't know why they haven't updated his game log here. So he had 45 fantasy points. We got Jaylen Brown at 40. We got Kyrie Irving 39. Alex Caruso 26. And Klay Thompson at 25. This one I'm not 100% sure about. I don't know how they're actually going to utilize Klay. He's obviously not with Golden State anymore, so we got to kind of pay attention there. Moving to the small forward, we got Jason Tatum at 52 fantasy points. Again, we'd obviously love to see. We're looking usually about 8 to 9 times value. So 9,300 times 8 or times 9. And if it's a blowout, he might sit. So it scares me a little bit to use him. Jalen Williams, 36. Kyle Kuzma, 36. Michael Porter, 29. And Keldon Johnson at 23. Move to the power forward position today in a 4-game slate. We've got Sabonis at 46. If you guys have not watched Netflix, let me know if you have watched Netflix, the starting 5. It's pretty good. Julius Randle, 36, Chet Holmgren, 35, DeMar DeRozan, 33, and Michael Porter Jr. at 29 fantasy points. And then we move to the center position. You got Jokic at 62. Him and Luka vying for the first spot here. Wouldn't be surprised if they both put 70 plus up today. We got Wembanyama here at 57 and Rudy Gobert at 37. Al Horford, 25, and then Derek Lively at 24 fantasy points. So those are just about 5 plays at each position. If you want to see the rest in the article, click the link down below. What we're going to do, Outlier, check them out. But it's great for if you can see match details. You can go into player props for these games. You can see the offense. Obviously, we're getting a couple of games under our belt, probably about a week or 2 before this switches up to 2024 season. So obviously, Boston, there's no way they lose this game. I promise you. If Boston loses this game, anyone who comments Boston's going to lose, and they do, I will give away a free year pass. Because they won't. There's no way. I'm not saying by the spread. I'm just saying win or loss. You can check out the first basket. You can check out all of that. You can check all of those stats out of there. That is why we use Outlier. We use them specifically for football, but we love to use them here. But what we're going to do is we're going to build a lineup using the statistics from last year, and we'll go from there. So San Antonio, Utah, and Washington So San Antonio gave up the most amount of fantasy points. Utah gave up second. Washington gave up third. So for Dallas, this is what we're going to do. I love Luka here. He's got the best matchup. Again, teams will update, obviously, their defense, and they won't play exactly like they did last year, but Luka's in a great spot. That's why I've got him as the number one. He's 11,100. You are going to be paying up for him. Compared to if you look at Jokic, he's $100 more than Jokic. So I've got him there. So then we can use this for shooting guard. So if you want to see who's ranked dead last for shooting, Washington against the shooting guard last year was dead last. That's Boston. That's looking at, you could use Derek White. You could use Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown being 8,200, Derek White being 6,600. I think if it does go to a blowout, Derek White could be that guy that stays in the game a little bit longer. And again, that's kind of what I'm looking at. Or you go down a little bit further, okay? And Derek White last year played Washington twice, averaged 22.9. He had 24 points and a steal in 27 minutes over the Knicks on opening night. He's 6,600, so he is involved there. Then you have Drew Holiday. He still did well as well, but he's a point guard there. That's the problem. You've got Peyton Pritchard, who, if it is a big blowout, he could stay in that game, played 25 minutes in that game. Splits-wise, 4 games against Washington last year, averaged 38.1. I'm going to go a little bit of Peyton Pritchard. I think I want to get Peyton Pritchard in there against Washington. Then we go to the small forward position. We've got Utah, Washington, Toronto. Obviously, Utah's not playing. Toronto's not playing Washington. It is Boston again. I think we want to go a Boston stack in a 4-game slate, but you don't want to get screwed over. Obviously, Jason Tatum's that dude. In that game on opening night, 37 points, 10 assists, 4 rebounds, 1 steal, played 30 minutes in that win. Now, I think we could be good here. I think he plays. I think he gets the points that we need. Last year against Washington, he averaged 56.7 fantasy points in 3 games. He averaged 30 minutes a game. They were bad last year. They're bad this year, most likely. I'm going to look at a mini Boston stack. I don't think that should be a surprise here. Then we move to the power forward. Utah, Washington, Toronto, same thing. Washington is bad. They are bad, guys. They are bad. So we've got Al Horford, okay, in that game, 11 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, played 30 minutes in that game, averaged 24.3 fantasy points. Not enough at 5,200 for me. Sam Hauser, 10 points, 5 rebounds in 24 minutes, but his stats for Thursday is monitored, joins the rehabbing. Okay, so he's not 100% healthy. He did get 16.2. He's probably out. If he is out, Tillman makes a lot of sense. Tillman, looking at the game, don't know if he's going to be in that game. That's the problem. Didn't play too much. So this might be one where we kind of go to the next step. So if you don't trust that, it's Memphis, Atlanta, Detroit, Portland, Chicago. None of those are playing. You go down to the Lakers, Nuggets. So it's the Nuggets. Nuggets give up 49.1 fantasy points per game to the opposing power forward. So we can go to Denver. We go to OKC at power forward. Chet Holmgren, Jalen Williams, about the same price. We'll go a little bit of Chet here. And now we can average about 4,400 the rest of the way. Okay? But what we're going to do, instead of doing that, we're going to look at center position first. And before we get there, the keyword for today is TNF or Thursday Night Football. So comment that if you want a chance to win a free week of FTA+. Now, Portland is obviously there. Washington, San Antonio, Detroit. Again, everything comes up Boston. Horford, Cornette, what Cornette did in that game. 13.6 fantasy points per game. So you can see that's where it gets a little bit crazy. Don't know if it's going to be Cornette. Don't know if it's going to be the guys here for Boston, but they have a great matchup here. So let's, for instance, go Cornette for a Boston stack. Then we average 4,600 the rest of the way to get a to look into it and get a some sort of stack here. A cheaper one at 4,600. I get that. You're going to have to find some value at a guard position tonight. So if we are looking for some value at the guard position that is around 4,600, that we maybe feel a little bit comfortable, confident in, Caruso makes sense. Hold on. Caruso makes sense at 4,800. But that's the big but. That's the problem. Don't know if he's going to be starting, but if he is, he's one of the top value plays on the slate. Got him projected right around 25. So if we get him in there, we're now at 4,500 for a forward and a utility spot, which, you know, not huge, but we could probably find some value. So maybe a little bit of Aaron Wiggins at 3,400 if he gets in there. Did not start preseason games. He averaged 13.5 fantasy points per game last year. In a game that could stay close, he could see some minutes. So then we're at 5,600 for utility spot. Now, that's the big key. Where can we find utility? Depending, I think a Carrington could be in that spot here. He's at 3,000. That gives 2,600 left, which let's say we put him in the utility. Then we take out Wiggins. Now we're at 6,000, which we could build around. So Sarr, Thompson, Kispert, Porter Jr., Keegan Murray. I don't mind these guys. Horford makes sense if he plays. If you want to continue that Boston stack, you could do that with a 4 Boston stack, 2 OKC, 1 Dallas, 1 Washington. This is one way to build. So this is one lineup that we could build. Now, let's build a different one with a lot of the stars. So a stars and scrubs lineup. Now, this is a way to go about. Not a lot of people know some of these methods. So obviously, you want to get all the stars in there you can. But let's go with the stars and scrubs lineup. So I still want to get some Boston guys in there. Okay. I want to get Tatum in there as well. Okay. Tatum, I'm getting him. But I want to put Tatum at power forward. And that's the beauty about, no, I want power forward Tatum. Okay. Now, looking at that, I think those are the 2 Boston guys that I want in this one. I think what makes a lot of sense is Carrington. It's going to be cheap. He's very cheap. We talked about him in the last lineup. Mr. Champagne. We called him Champagne Man last year. But that is Julian, not Justin. So Julian at 15.1, he's got a great matchup there at 3,800. Again, this is a stars and scrubs lineup that we are building. So then we get to the center position. I think we can afford Jokic here. Now we're at 5,600 the rest of the way. I think we can get Kyrie in there. I think we get Kyrie. He's got a great matchup against San Antonio. Then we get forward. We're at 4,700 for a forward. He is in the write-up. We didn't talk about him in the video, but in the article he's there, even with his purple hair. We've got him there. And then we've got a utility spot at 4,800. We've already talked about this dude, Alex Caruso. So there you go. That is a stars and scrubs build. Now, again, things can change. Some of these scrubs could be out once the news comes out throughout the day. So that is why we'll update these if we need. But that is a second lineup that we've built here. Now let's do a third and final lineup with, I still want to put in, I don't think we're going to be able to afford everybody, but I still want to get Drew Holiday in here. I think he will be pretty good. I want to get Carrington because, again, that is a cheap option for the slate as long as he stays there. Tatum, I still think he gets his before he gets pulled for the day. Sochan, 4chan, Sokin, whatever, docking, whatever you want to call him, he is there. I still think we can get Jokic. I still think we can get Caruso. Now we're at 5,600 for a forward and a utility spot. So we've already talked about him earlier. Keegan Murray at 5,500. If he gets hot, he can drop a lot of threes in a row. Now we're at 5,800 for utility. That brings us to Corey Kispert. Michael Porter. I actually kind of like Michael Porter. In this game, that should be close. He was averaging 31 fantasy points last year. He's only 5,800. I like this matchup here. So those are 3 lineups that we can build. Those are just using some of the tools that we have on the website. If you want to see the entire website here, all of the sports, we've got it all for you. Check it out, FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. So that is what I've got in this video. If you have questions, comments, concerns, get those down below. Good luck today. And as always, let's bring up some bacon. Peace.